Welcome back, everyone. My name is Briggs. This is my dad, Brett.
Yes, Brett's here.
And we're the two owners of Miles Pellet Stove, bringing you guys another video for the Pelpro series. So today we got a Pelpro PP130, and what we're going to be doing today, specifically my dad here, is he's going to be giving you guys a specific Pelpro pellet stove cleaning kind of overview of what to do with these stove. Kind of some good topics, things to not miss while cleaning it, so your pellet stove will run smoothly. Ain't that right?
That's right. You know, today's been a busy day. Briggs and I, we had a repair and we had a cleaning. We had an installation of a pellet stove insert. So here we are at night. We still are burning the midnight oil and we're doing it. So today's the Pelpro PP130. It's not about stove. We are going to do a full review around it, 360 like we always do. But today I want to just kind of go through a couple cleaning tips because this stove sometimes can get a little finicky. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Is it finicky?
A little bit.
Sometimes. So follow along with us. We're going to show you a couple of tips. Thanks.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, welcome back. Brett always says, welcome back to the pellet stove training. We're having a good time. Now, whenever you work on one of these stoves, unplug, unplug, unplug. Safety first. You get it. All right. So basically when you're using basic tools to clean your stove, whether it be throughout the year or annually, which is like now. So we are like in August of 2024. And so the tools that we use, pretty simple. Briggs, here's the hose. You get it. You're going to use an ash vac or a regular vacuum cleaner. If you use a regular vacuum cleaner, make sure your stove has no ambers in it. If not, guess what? Your vacuum is going to catch on fire. Oh my gosh, it's pretty much common sense. You get it. So anyway, the thing that we really like is just a little paintbrush. It's really good. These are inexpensive. Or you got an old one in your garage shop, whatever. It's still good. Use it. So here's another one. Now, I think this is really important for the Pelpro. Good golly, I can't even say it. Pelpro, good golly, PP130 is one of these brushes here. And so it's flexible, but it's like this. So you're going to use this in the cavity where the exhaust and the air flows. And I'm going to show you exactly where and why. And I think it's really important because this stove sometimes can be, again, pretty finicky if you don't keep this area clean. And so the area that I'm going to focus on is where the low limit sensor probe or the proof of fire probe is. So you can see this. It's just a probe. And a lot of stoves use this. Now obviously this wire runs, you can see the Molex connector that connects into the control panel or the control box. And I've had these for a long time. I always have them in the service van in case somebody needs them. Have I ever used one? No, because I'm going to show you how to maintain the one you have. So it's kind of cool. So you want to follow along with us. You want to take a break, son, or you want to keep going?
No, let's keep going.
Keep going. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. Well, that's okay. So here it is. So when you clean a stove, one of the things you can do, we got this on a roly-poly today instead of our workbench. And the back, you're going to have three bolts, and these hold the sides.
Hey, so, real quick, where can they get those roly-polies?
Oh my gosh. These casters or whatever they are, this thing, you can get them at Harbor Freight. It's a good buy, and I think this one holds up to 400 or 500 pounds, and they work fine. They come in different sizes. You get it. So anyway, you want to save money, but having one of these is really nice in the shop. But most people, when they have this in their home, the thing is going to be on a non-combustible surface, so you're not going to be able to spin it around like this too much. But it's nice for me to show you this. So again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the sides. And so to take the sides off, basically take them off. Now, 1, 2, 3. These pieces go into 1, 2, 3. These slots when you put it back together. I'm going to set this aside. Here you go. So here, this is your Convection room air fan. It's a proprietary fan. You'll find these on some other hearth and home products. Some of the higher end ones, I won't say it, but anyway, these here, this is your Convection room air blower again, which blows the good air, hot air out into your dwelling. So what you want to do on this particular one is these 2 bolts here. I guess we could do a video on it, but 1 bolt here.
We'll save that for another video.
What?
On the cleaning. We'll show them on another video.
Okay, another blooper. I'm telling you, it's been a long day. So anyway, this fan here will show you. So you want to clean this fan out. This is a convection room air fan. This is your vacuum switch. So every time we have this vacuum switch and we do a cleaning, we always take the hose off and we take compressed air through it or blow through it, clear it, and then connect it back on here, like that, after you're done cleaning. Then I'm going to switch this around. Roly-poly! Roly-poly! This one's going to come out the same way. I'm going to set it aside. So on this side, like I said in a lot of our videos, these pellet stoves have really come a long way. It's to me, it's I would call it the DIY train, because most of these things can be fixed at home, and it'll save you money for your friends, your friends, and your family, like I always say. Right here is your exhaust motor. So what you can do with an exhaust motor, basically the paintbrush. So you have your vacuum here, and you want to just brush. You want to brush all this out. We've already cleaned this because we had our last video that we used actually a leaf blower that just took everything out of here. But you can't do that all the time. So you want to just take a vacuum and just keep turning it, brush it underneath here, and you just use your vacuum. You keep that nice and clean. And so there it is. But I tell you, this whole thing, I want to get to this finicky part. You can vacuum all in here too. You can be careful. But right here, this fan motor here in this housing. So here's the fan, 6-inch plate, the gasket, and this is the fan housing. Now, right in here is the fan blade, which spins counterclockwise, takes the air out through the exhaust. And so on the back side, in this area here, there's a lot of cloggage, a lot of ash that builds up. And for some reason, there's not an easy port here that you can open and get to. It's just not, it's not user friendly. So every year or throughout the year, I would do it, is you want to clean this box here. Well, how you get to it? You do this. Roly-poly, turn it over. Take the burn pot out. You have one of these, you understand how they work. They're 2 pieces, set it aside. So, do we need a flashlight? Okay, I'm gonna get down in here. So, here are the back plates on your firewall. So you want to take the center one out. So, here we go. Just lift, and then remove. And you can see here, this has got a little tab. You can lift up and remove it. Set it aside. We're going to focus on the left-hand side here. So, let's get, there we go. So, you can see how this panel is put in. There's little slots, just like the sides of the stove. So, I want to grab right here and just lift. You can see how it comes out like this. This is tricky sometimes. Let's see if I can get it out. Breaks the first time, good golly. So, I want to bend this down as far as it can go into the corner. This is all the way in the corner. Now I can take it out. If you try to do it every which way, it won't come out, and you'll get frustrated, and it'll get jammed in there, and pretty soon you'll throw it in the river, maybe. But anyway, you're going to pull this out. So you see that. Set the side plate over here. So you want to, back here, this has been pretty cleaned. But again, when you take these plates out, you want to take your paintbrush, and you want to go from the top back and forth, sides, bring everything down, everything back here, brush everything down. The key area that should be cleaned, that most people miss, is right here. On this left-hand panel, down here is the exhaust chute. That's where that air goes. You can see here as I spin it some, that coincides with this box right there. And there's the fan. So what you do is you want to take a brush like this, and you want to take it in here, and you want to scrub it. And you're scrubbing all of that area, and you're bringing it up the ash, and you can vacuum. or you could take a long tube and put it in there and just suck everything up. Main thing here, the right side, you want to really scrub the right-hand side of that chute because that accumulates ash, and therefore when it accumulates ash, it throws off your proof of fire or low limit probe. And that's what makes this stove finicky. So clean this area out thoroughly. And I tell you, if you run the stove for, who knows, a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you take this panel off, you're going to see a boatload of ash in there and buildup. If you wait a year, oh my gosh, your stove is going to be turning on and off. Or it won't turn on, or it'll turn off all the time. It'll be finicky. And so this is it. I'll show you. I'm going to show you. Right here is, again, that probe. Now this probe, if I can get my hand in here, there we go, Briggs. There's the flashlight. Can I get it in there? Can you see it?
It's a little tucked in.
So again, here's Brett's hand. You can see the wire right here. This is the black wire. The probe is on the outside of, can you get it in there?
Perfect, right there. Let me see the flashlight. Right there. You want to explain to them what they're looking at?
Yes. So basically what that is, that probe, when they engineered this stove, they put that probe on the outside of the exhaust housing. So when I was cleaning inside of that chute with that long brush, I was taking all the ash and build off the sides, because if you don't, then that probe will give you a misreading, and therefore the stove won't work correctly. And so a lot of people end up taking that probe off, which is easy, and then they replace it with a new one, and their stove still doesn't work. So again, placement of the low limit, proof of fire is probably not the ideal place to do it, but this is still a pretty good stove. But again, this area here, clear it out, especially brush on the right-hand side, put the panels back together, and hopefully that tip will help you. But basically here is cleaning that chute, cleaning everything in here, and good golly, don't forget it all through the week and day. Keep your burn pot clear, all the air holes clear, and you will have a nice burn. And a nice burn to me is when the flame has whites and yellows in it. That's a good healthy burn. If you see one that's kind of lazy and you see a little bit of orange or a little red to it, there's not enough oxygen in there. You've got a clog somewhere in your system. So there is a red flag. And so you could always put down things in the comments and we'll do our best to get back to you. But take a minute. Oh my gosh. We're building because of you. Like, share, and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We have more videos. We're going to do some repair videos on this one too for the folks out there who have one, or the folks out there that may think about buying one. So let's go to the next one.
Hey, real quick though.
What?
Should they clean that exhaust pipe?
Well, yeah.
How often?
The main exhaust pipe?
The main one.
Okay, this is good. You know, Briggs kind of pissed me to the wall here, and that's okay because he's going to take me back to the senior center here in about 30 minutes for my jello, but what the heck. But you know, here, this is going to be your exhaust. And so your exhaust is either going to go straight out the wall, or you're going to have a T here, T clean out, and it's going to go up through your roof, different configurations, but you want to clean out that pipe and all your vent piping every year. It's very, very important. You won't get a lot out, you know, as far as the ash, but please do, because what it does is it inside of the pipe, all that ash sticks around the circumference and basically shrinks the airflow to me, and the stove won't breathe right. It won't vent right. And so like we did in our last video, which was awesome, oh my gosh. Take a brush like this. This is a 3-inch wire brush. This is like 3 feet. And you can see here, you can add another section on here. So you can buy these kits, and they're like $39. So every year you can clean your stove, and guess what? You're gonna save yourself some money. You, your friends, and your family, like I always said. So clean out the vent system too. I know you can do it. Once you understand your stove from top to bottom, left to right, however you want to say it, you're going to feel comfortable and safe. You're going to have dependable heat, and you'll be able to repair your stove down the line to save yourself some money. So let's finish it on up. We appreciate you watching.
All right, everyone. This concludes our video. Hopefully you guys found some good tips. Hopefully my dad really went through this whole thing and kind of gave you guys kind of just what to expect when cleaning your Pelpro stove. Now, a number of other things you could probably add on doing. You know, there's a number of different methods people do cleaning the window and stuff. Do you have to buy all the fancy window cleaner? Not necessarily. If it's really bad, you might consider it. But, you know, if it's just basic ash and everything else, Windex, not even like name brand Windex, you could just get the generic one, work just fine. And you know what? Sometimes just a water rag will work fine too. Other things you can do, I mean, you got those, what you can get like at Walmart or something, those compressed air cans, you can clean like electronics and stuff. Those can come in handy if you don't have like one of these compressors and whatnot. So there's many different ways, anything you can do. But for this specific one, what was good, kind of the highlight key point, was that exhaust probe, because we've seen it in the field of the headaches it can cause people.
Because you know, I'll interrupt here.
Oh,
you
go
know,
for it. Yeah.
Because most of those exhaust probes actually protrude into that housing, and so you can remove them and clean them. I get it. But this one here is topical, and so that's why that wire brush or going in on that right-hand side and really scrubbing it will get all that residue off, and therefore that probe should work like it was engineered. So these are little things. You know, Briggs is right. You can clean the glass. You can do that all week long because it's really nice to see the flame, I think.
Yeah, you want that. The ambiance.
Oh gosh, the
I love saying
ambiance.
that.
Oh, this is just crazy.
You gotta get the
Yeah,
feel.
But we understand, and this is one thing I was thinking about, that there are some people out there that cannot clean their stoves because they have challenges in their life, and we understand that. And so call your local service provider. But with this video, at least you know these key areas. So when that provider comes out, make sure that he or she knows what the hoot they're doing, and they get in there and they do a spectacular job for you. So when you write out that check or however you pay them, you feel good about that service, huh?
Yeah, I agree.
I think so too. But you know, pretty soon here this week, well, maybe this week, no, maybe this weekend, I don't know, we're going to do some repair videos on this PP130 because I know there's a bazillion people out there that have it, and I think most importantly, I think probably for the new buyers, they want to know about all the parts and how this works, and we'll light it up for you so you can see if this is the right stove for you. So, I'm out. They're tired of me.
Yeah.
Clear them out.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.